What's going on, guys? Eternal One here, and today on Eternal's Personal Favorites, based on the community poll, we are going to cover one of my absolute all-time favorite builds for the Samurai. And honestly, guys, this may be my favorite build for the Samurai, and that is going to be my Sarugami Samurai. Ever since the Wrath of Sarugami came out, I just tried and tried and tried to make it work, but with the ability to throw Moonmaster or just Moon Stance rather, to be able to Moon Master cancel with Stance Mastery being on legendary katanas now. Um, Being able to throw that on there and then couple that with the Deep Strikes buff that we got for perk 1, and man, this thing just does so much damage. I posted recently a short on me using it against one of those golden armor enemies, and man, this thing just absolutely decimates those things. Um, Pretty much gets them down to a quarter life after a perfect parry from the Wrath of Sarugami. But with that all out of the way, let's go ahead and cover the gear. As you can see, I have made some changes. I've posted this build maybe 2 or 3 times since I started making Tsushima content. It's one of my all-time favorite builds in the game, period, not just for the Samurai. I really, really, really like the Wrath of Sarugami. I think it's an awesome legendary. It's very niche, but man, it speaks to me. Um, so if you've ever seen this build before, generally I will not run Forbidden Medicine. I'll run some kind of shit bow because I'm just meleeing the entire time. Um, but this is going to actually give you a ton of survivability. It's also going to allow you to do the bomb jump skips or the bomb skip jumps, whatever the hell you want to call it, against EO to, solo her in Chapter 3 or, whenever that comes around for the Trials of EO. If you can't find anybody to roll with you. This build will absolutely destroy EO. But alright guys, let's go ahead and get right into the perks and properties of the gear. So we got our baby Wrath of Sarugami with melee and counter damage, intimidating counter, and moon stance. Again, we only have to have moon stance on because of the change to the legendary katanas to where we can now moon master cancel without needing moon master. Intimidating counter is just perfect for this build. It just works so well. And generally, I will always try to have at least one thing of Oni damage on any of my builds. I'll try to at least incorporate one of them. But I want to be able to destroy the scrubby Mongols, the non-Oni enemies, whenever I'm low on HP. Because we're running Healing Strike, and that will, allow us to do much more damage with our perfect parry counterattacks to fulfill that more frequently. Do keep in mind, since I did bring that up, I just remembered, they said they fixed it, and they didn't. They never fixed it. I don't know if they tried to fix it and they failed, but sometimes when you kill an enemy with a perfect parry and you have intimidating counter on, if the intimidating counter goes off, it will not heal you. Why? I don't know. And that's with killing the enemy with a perfect parry, just with intimidating counter going off. I don't know if the extra damage from intimidating counter is what is, leading to the kill, and that portion of it doesn't give it to you, because sometimes you will get it. So I don't know if the initial damage from the counter attack without the added damage from intimidating counter, if that damage will kill them, and so you get it. But I've also seen intimidating counter kill nearby enemies, mean not kill the enemy that I am countering, and it actually heal me. I have seen that happen before. It's a really strange interaction. It doesn't work properly. They've tried to fix it, and they just haven't been able to do so. So just note that particular thing. So again, to be able to solo EO and do your bomb jump skips or whatever, we are running the Forbidden Medicine with Black Powder Bomb. You have to have Black Powder Bombs in order to do it. They nerfed Black Powder Bombs quite a while ago at this point, but I'm a big fan of flash bombs, but for this particular build, with all the fire damage that we have, and us having Fire Master and status effect damage, status effect duration, we're actually going to use black powder bombs for this build, and we're rocking this with blast radius, status effect damage, and obviously Samurai Unlock, because we need to have it on there. If you guys are trying to figure out how to get the Forbidden Medicine on the Samurai, you have to bind it to your Ronin, and then get the Samurai unlock, and then you can either level it up on your Ronin or your Samurai with mastery challenges. Now for the charm, we got the old Samurai charm with maxed out melee and counter damage, blessed strikes, and Fire Master. So I'm torn. I really like Raging Flame. It does a lot of damage. We've got Fire Master on here, status effect damage, and 2 stacks of status effect duration, so Raging Flame is going to hurt. But the duration and the cooldown is terrible. So if you want to drop Raging Flame and just pick up Spirit Pools so that you can utilize Blessed Strikes more frequently, or just your class ability in general, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But for this outing, we are going to use Raging Flame because of all that extra status effect damage and duration. We do have 2 perfect stacks of melee and two perfect stacks of counter damage for this build. So your perfect parries are going to hit like a truck. And how we can increase that damage even further is by running a dirt throw. So if you ran an epic kunai, you can get an extra 12%. However, if you use dirt throw, and as you can see, we have rancid on there, which causes weakened status, and then perfect parry them, you do an extra, what is that, 13% extra damage, as opposed to having a kunai on the entire time. So it's really just up to you on whether or not you want to use this or the kunai. Obviously, it's going to do 25% more damage, but we got a minus 12% as opposed to the kunai for the total amount extra that running this does give you over that kunai. We are using 1 stack of perfect parry window, and we're getting it here as opposed to the sword or the samurai charm. I don't even know if it has it on there. I can't remember, but we need at least 1. Well, I do. I don't know about you guys. I think more than 1 is a waste because you start to lose damage, and I think it's incredibly easy. I don't know how 12% makes me feel like a parry god. It's not much, but somehow it just, my God, is it easy to perfect parry stuff with just that 1 stack. That's enough for me. And obviously we're running status effect duration and fired up. But also keep in mind that you can use this, right before you ultimate to give you 25% increased ultimate damage. To make you feel like your ultimate's not a complete waste, complete trash. This is a personal preference. You guys don't have to use this. One of the reasons I'm using it is because this is where I can get, perfect parry window as opposed to the sword. And then, which I know you could just swap it from the sword and use the kunai for it. I get that. But we're going to get status effect duration here as well as our ghost weapon 2 for our caltrops. So speaking of caltrops, we're getting ghost weapon damage. I gotta be honest, you could probably run cooldown on kill. I think the main focus for this particular setup is just to hit as many people as you can with the caltrops. The ghost weapon damage doesn't really matter. But this is just what I have currently. But this is going to give us our 2nd stack of status effect duration with deep bags of fired up so we can hit as many people as we can with fired up. And guys, if you're looking at the build right now, we can set people on fire with our class ability Raging Flame, our black powder bombs, our dirt throw, and our caltrops with 25% additional fire damage from Fire Master, 18% additional status effect damage, which affects fire damage from our Forbidden Medicine, and then with our ghost weapons combined, a 30% increased duration. So these guys are going to burn harder, longer, leading to some crazy damage through fire. Another argument can be made for munitions since we are using the Forbidden Medicine. If you wanted to get rid of deep bags and throw munitions on there, you most definitely could, and then you could mix that with cooldown on kill where ghost weapon damage is for the caltrops, and that would work pretty good, allow you to kind of get those back a little bit faster. But that's going to be the gear. Those are going to be the changes that I have made. As far as the techniques, they have not changed. Again, if you want to run Spirit Pool over Raging Flame just so that you can utilize Blessed Strikes more frequently, you can, but this is going to maximize your damage. And then to further maximize your damage, we are getting Deep Strikes here for that juicy 25% increased melee damage. Down in Perk 2, we're getting Healing Strike because killing an enemy with a perfect parry attack restores 50 health, which is half your frickin' health. And with the Wrath of Sarugami, this thing is perfect for the build. And then to be able to equip 2 legendaries, again, I'm not a fan of the Samurai's Ultimate. If you guys have followed me at all, you'll have known that. But yeah, we're picking up Legendary here to be able to equip the Forbidden Medicine because I just don't like the Samurai Ultimate. But if you don't want to run Forbidden Medicine and you want to run 5 strikes, feel free to do that. But for me, this is what my techniques look like. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and show off the build.
Which of these legends interest you? Let's begin.
Alright guys, old Blood and Steel, one of my favorite maps. So pretty much what I like to do is Moonmaster cancel anything that I cannot perfect parry. I could have parried that and I failed.
The ghost landed a perfect strike.
I'm not even gonna worry about that damn bird. Come here, birdie! Wow, I tried to hit this guy over here, but my thing was like, no, man. Ugh, bitch. Gotta love that camera angle. Alright, so... Yup.
Ghost attack.
Bye. Come here, man. What are you doing down there? Yup. Wow, dude, really? Your mom's a whore! Alright. One of the good things about old Dirt Throw, and Kunai can do it too, but that's a friggin' insta-melt. So we'll try to... Well, I try to keep him from teleporting. Guys, I'm failing! There we go.
Breathed its
Old
final breath.
bitch ass. Ho ass bitch! You didn't think I was gonna finish it, did you? Alright, come here, Tengu. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Alright, we got our... Oof.
Ghost struck true.
Nice. Almost a one-shot on those guys. Disgusting. Alright, let's do this, and then... Yeah, you ain't telling me, little sucker. Run in with the old... Oh! Okay.
Onis.
Yeah, sucker. Woo! Alright, let's go. You alright over there, buddy? Alright. You know we gotta go for the Tengu, right? I hear him. He's up there. Sucking on that chicken dick. Alright. I didn't mean to jump up there, dude! Hey, you know the good thing about that? Look at that damage first and foremost. Just gonna show you the damage. It's pretty good. Do a little of this. Do a little of that. Pop the class ability.
rude to strike another.
Bitch! Oh. Unfortunately, I missed that. Coming in hot. Come on. Yeah, so your intimidating counter can actually set off those explosive barrels, which is just sick. Alright guys, look at this shit. This is ridiculous. Also keep in mind that the damage that the exploding barrels do is based on your total amount of status effect damage. So like if you have Fire Master, status effect damage, status effect duration like we do, those barrels are actually going to do a lot of damage. Plus, couple that with the fact that you can fight near one, get a perfect parry, get your intimidating counter to proc and go off, and then just nuke the entire field, nuke them with black powder bombs, your caltrops, your raging flame. Do keep in mind that you can actually activate raging flame after you've perfect parried right before your first strike if you need it to give you that extra damage to one-shot the scrubby Mongols. You can one-shot them with Raging Flame active during your perfect parry counter, and I don't think that you need Intimidating Counter to go off in order to do that. But just keep that in mind. Guys, I absolutely love this build. It is a niche type of build, but it is easily my favorite for the Samurai. And honestly, I had to think about it because the Juggernaut Samurai is literally right behind it, because you can just, guys, the Juggernaut Samurai is for everybody who sucks at this game. If you suck at this game, you can use the Juggernaut Samurai build and literally kill everything. It's ridiculous. It's like, it's easy mode. That's what it is. It's easy mode. It's not good for Plat 7, but neither is this. I think because the Juggernaut Samurai is basically easy mode, I think that's why I like this one better, because it does take some skill. You do have to get those perfect parries in order to, you know, maximize your damage, right? Another thing to keep in mind is the fact that while you're Moonmaster canceling, you do not have to stop the perfect parry. You can be Moonmaster canceling, see an attack come in, and just pop L1, and you'll, you know, if you're gonna or would have perfect parried it, it will go off, it will proc. So you can, you know, block at any point during the Moonmaster cancel. So don't worry about that. Don't feel like, oh, I can't Moonmaster cancel enemies because I can't perfect parry them. I'm just going to stand here and wait for it. Nah, it doesn't work like that. You can absolutely perfect parry in the middle of a Moonmaster cancel combo. My absolute favorite build for the Samurai as of right now. This is one of my preferred methods in using it. If I were going to make any tweaks that were not available in the video today, it might be dropping ghost weapon damage on the caltrops to get cooldown on kills so I could use them more frequently, and maybe dropping deep bags for munitions just to keep you topped off on these guys. But that is going to be an example of the build. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to stay up to date on all of my content. I appreciate each and every one of you for coming out and voting and participating in the community poll. I will put up another one for my next build to be featured on Eternal's Personal Favorites, so just keep that in mind. I appreciate you coming out. Catch you on the next one. Deuces!